Hello everyone, it's Gladius. The first thing you want to do in Season 29 of Diablo, of course, is to make a seasonal character. Take note of the fact that you can now make a solo self-found character. You just have to check the box below Seasonal Hero. After making your character, before jumping into the game, you're going to want to complete the Challenge Rift. The reason for that is that you're going to get a Challenge Rift cache, and we're going to use that in one of the following steps. The build itself is pretty easy to run. Just use your charge to gain fury, right-click to dump it. Need to group enemies, you can stomp with 2. All in all, it's pretty easy to clear this on your first try. On beating the Rift, head back to the main hub and then talk to Adira, and then at this point you can exit. Now we're gonna jump in and make an adventure mode game, but set it to Torment 6. Make sure it's adventure mode, Torment 6, and start game. Head over to the followers and then take a weapon. Click on the envelope in the bottom left and then accept the challenger cache on your character. Opening this is gonna give you a whole bunch of reagents that you'll need. Before we get into using that, let's go ahead and head over to the ruins of Sescheron. Kanai's Cube is definitely something we wanna get as soon as we can, but we're also gonna use something called the snapshot method. We're gonna head into the Eternal Woods for this. This is just east of the waypoint. Now this is very important. Don't kill a single thing inside this zone. The first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and expose the entire map. Don't complete any events. Make sure you don't get any experience points. What we're doing here is that we're unlocking every enemy that's on the map, and that's going to set them to level 1. Now you can see we're level 1 and the entire map from what I want to reveal is revealed. Now at this point we can start fighting the monsters. If one of the season portals spawn while you're clearing this area, keep in mind that all the enemies that spawn inside the portal are going to be spawned at your level at the difficulty level that you set it at. Keep that in mind before heading in there. I'm going to save this map for the end after I can crank down the difficulty. I got 11 levels off of that. So now from completing our challenge rift, we have a ton of mats, and also we got 11 levels from doing the snapshot. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and forge a level 70 weapon. Don't forget to train your blacksmith with all the gold from your cache. And you can go with whatever 2H weapon that you want to use on your character. First, some kind of CC on our weapons can be really useful here. We have a really high DPS weapon, so we're going to be able to crank up the torment levels quite a bit, but we're going to die in one hit. So anything to stop the monsters from getting to us is going to be extremely useful. Second, of course, we definitely want to get the reduced level requirement. This is going to allow us to put a weapon on way earlier than we should be able to, and that's going to really ramp up our power. So we know one of our secondary stats is definitely going to be a CC. The other secondary stat we want to be able to re-roll into reduced level requirement if we don't roll it naturally on our item. Now, let's take that one step further. If on our weapon we roll a life on hit, we cannot get life after each kill. Try to get a weapon that has life on hit rolled on it already. That's going to make getting reduced level requirement a lot easier. Also, try to get main stat and vitality on your weapon. That's going to add survivability and obviously a lot of damage. You only have enough in the cache to craft about 4 of these. No matter what, the higher DPS is going to be really powerful, so I wouldn't stress too much about getting your perfect roll, but don't waste all your reagents on just making too many of these. Make about 4 and then just try to craft the best of the 4. Now, if I take this axe and plop it into the Mystic, once again, my goal is to get the level requirement reduced by 2 to 4. And we're going to keep our immobilize on hit, and we're going to go for, and let's see how we do. I rolled this an ungodly amount of times and still was not able to get the reduced level requirement. If this happens to you, no worries. What you can do is just save up your veiled crystals to be able to re-roll this as you're leveling up, because we're not exactly going to be ready to use it right away anyway. We still have 30 or so levels to be able to get before we could use our item even with the max roll on it. Now, hopefully at this point, you have a great weapon sitting in your stash. So next we want to head over to Kadala and use our blood shards that we got from the Challenger cache. Take a look on Maxroll. There's a great guide on telling you exactly what your class should gamble for. That's linked in the description. Next, we want to head on over to the ruins of Sescheron. We want to go ahead and grab Kanai's Cube at this point. And then finally, we want to use Kanai's Cube to be able to re-roll 1 rare into a legendary. Now, keep in mind for this recipe, you have to craft another level 70 item to roll it, but no worries. You can use it early on if you extract the legendary power. Again, there's a guide for this on Maxroll. I'll link that in the description below when you're selecting which item you should reroll. And that's going to do it, everyone. That is the best start for season 29. If the video helped you out today, please hurry strike that like button. And if you want to stay tuned for more Diablo content in the future, please bash the subscribe. I appreciate your time today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.